Hi everyone, I hope you've all had a wonderful October. I can't believe that we are just about to wrap up with spooky season, but I couldn't let this month go by without sharing my annual Halloween warmer and decor tour. So starting here in the living room, I decided I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple this year over on the mantle. So I've stuck with kind of a black, spooky, witchy theme. I love these black metal bat candlestick holders that I picked up at Home Goods. And then over on the side of the fireplace, I am absolutely loving this spooky branchy candelabra. My parents actually surprised me with this Halloween, so I am loving having it as part of my Halloween decor. It is very large and definitely makes a statement. And then I just have it paired with a wicker witch hat, and I have some black pumpkins, another witch's hat, and then some new garland. I really like how this garland turned out this year. So I have two garlands here. I have this lighted kind of sparkly black eucalyptus branchy garland. And then I have it paired with these really cool light up crows, and I picked those up at World Market. So I thought that that really fit the spooky witches theme. And then I have one of my favorite Halloween warmers of all time. This is the Tangled Web warmer. So this first came out last year with the Harvest collection, and then they did bring it back this year. And I just love it. I think it is so magical. It kind of has this holographic effect. And I do have an orange bulb in this one. And then I just have a simple spiderweb throw pillow. And then over on our bar cart, I have some black eucalyptus in this really cool spider vase that I got last year. I have the matching little vase there sitting on a book of spells. And then this is the Boo Crew warmer. This was a warmer of the month last year, and then they did bring it back as part of the Harvest collection this year. And the lighting isn't great over in the dining area right now, but I do have some bats over on top of the cabinet, and then I'll show you what I have in the cabinet and this new table runner that I picked up this year. So I thought this table runner was so cute. I did find this at Home Goods. The little ghosts are kind of three-dimensional, and I just thought that they were really, really cute, kind of tied in my Boo Crew warmer, and I really liked the gray and white theme. It also has this kind of lacy overlay, so I just thought that was really cute, especially with the little spider webs. And then I just have it with my black eucalyptus over here. And then I have this cabinet decorated just like I did last year. I really like the bats up top. And then I have my favorite Witch's Brew mixing bowl. I did put some spooky fluff in there to make it look like something is brewing. And then I've got this cute ghost with a little witch's house, another witch's house that looks like it could be found in Salem, and then I've got a Happy Halloween baking dish. And I'm still loving the Witch's Brew theme in my kitchen, so that's what I have here in my coffee station. This mini warmer came from Target a few years ago, and I do have an orange bulb in that. And then I really like the ghost spoon rest, and then this really cute ghosty mug that my parents gifted me this year. And then on the other side of the kitchen, I brought back my Witch's Brew tiered tray. So this is very similar to the setup that I had last year, except I did add this really cute lollipop to kind of go with the candy theme over here, which is coffee house. And then I've had this little jack-o'-lantern warmer for a very long time. And here's a look at the back side. Not much is going on back here, but I do have this really cute metal jack-o'-lantern piece of candy and then a little ghost back here. And then next to my tiered tray, I do have my diffuser. So this is the Mystifying Moonlight diffuser shade, and it was actually part of the Harvest collection last year, and then they brought it back this year, and I think it is just the cutest thing. I love having the lights changing color on the inside. And then this year, I have really been enjoying this oil. So this is an aroma oil from DW. I picked this up at Home Goods, and this is in the fragrance Wicked Pumpkin. This packaging is so cute, and this smells really, really good. And then all throughout the upstairs, I am warming Sparkling Spiced Citrus. So this was new last year, and then they brought it back in the catalog this year. And I liked it last year, but I am loving it this season. It actually reminds me of kind of a fall winter version of Oodles of Orange. So it's actually quite a bright, juicy orange with just the littlest hint of kind of a fall winter spice. So perfect for this time of year, very clean, and I really, really like it. I also wanted to mention some products that I'm loving from this year's Harvest collection. This was a cleaning bundle that came with dish soap, counter clean, and a hand soap in Sparkling Spice Citrus. I think the packaging is beautiful. I love having these out on my counter, and again, this scent is just perfect for this time of year. So I did want to give those an honorable mention. And then I've just made a few little updates to our front room this year. These are throw pillows that I've had for years and still love. So we have Trick or Treat on the chair, and then Happy Haunting on the pew, and a new little spooky addition is this cute little ghost over in the corner. And then over on the entryway table, I decided to go with a bats theme again this year. So this is the Let's Get Batty warmer. This was part of the Harvest collection a few years ago, and I do have an orange bulb in that one. And then I added these cute little bat candlestick holders over here with some black eucalyptus, and then a new bat garland. I thought these were really cute. Their eyes are sequins, and they do kind of catch the light in a spooky way at nighttime. So I don't know if that's too many bats over here, but I do like it. And in case that wasn't enough bats, I do have this cute bat wreath over on the front door. So I love the black sparkly bats with the spooky branches. And in our hall bathroom, I have the same theme that I've had for several years now. This is my Dead and Breakfast Inn theme. So I have my favorite Halloween shower curtain that I still think is so cute. And the setup over on the sink is very similar to years past as well. So I have the Dead and Breakfast Inn sign, my haunted call bell, and skeleton key. And then over on the other side of the sink, I have this cute mirror that I've had for a long time that's holding some Scentsy room sprays, a new little ghost that I got this year, and my Bath & Body Works soap holder. And I have one of my favorite Halloween mini warmers. This is the Fright Night warmer, and I do have an orange bulb in here just to make it a little bit spookier. So I love that warmer. And then in here, I am warming Family is Everything. So this is from the Encanto collection. I actually picked this up in the latest flash sale. I didn't pick it up when it was originally available, but I'm giving it a try in here. It is a little on the lighter side, and I actually get quite a bit of like a powdery floral. I think it has lily in it, so I think it's okay for a bathroom. And then in our ensuite bathroom, I have the Jack mini warmer, and he was new this year, and I think he is so cute. I love the jack-o'-lantern face that he casts behind him, and this has been a really, really good warmer. And then also in the latest flash sale, I picked up the Willy Wonka collection. So I am warming Violet's Turning Violet here in the bathroom and in our bedroom. This is kind of a weird scent. It definitely has kind of a vitamin note, but it also reminds me a lot of Fairy Tale Pumpkin. So I figured I would go ahead and give it a try this time of year. And I also wanted to mention the hand soap that we're using in here because I think the packaging is so cute and looks really good with the Jack warmers. So this is from Bath & Body Works. This is Ice Cream Float, and the fragrance notes are fizzing cola, frightful vanilla float, and spooky sugars. And it really does smell like a Coke float, but kind of cute and different for Halloween. And then much to Tyson's chagrin, over on the door to our laundry room, I had to bring out one of my favorite Halloween decorations of all time, my cackling crows wreath. Tyson hates it, but I just think it is so fun for Halloween. And in our laundry room, I have a Fright Night mini warmer with an orange bulb. And downstairs in our family room, this is the second year that I have done the poison apple theme, and I still love it. So of course I had to represent the evil queen herself. I really love this new sweatshirt, Just One Bite. And then I've got the poison apple ears. So I'm excited to show you how I've updated this theme a little bit from last year. All right, so on the door into our family room downstairs, I have a new addition that I picked up at Home Goods this year. When I saw this wreath, I knew that I had to have it because it went with my theme perfectly. I love the spooky black twigs, the red apples, and then also has these really cool little kind of green branches as well. So it's very sparkly, and I just thought it was so cute. And the best part is that it lights up. So it is just a magical little enchanted touch over in this corner. And I also found this wreath hanger at Dollar Tree this year, so it was so perfect. I am really incorporating a lot of the spooky eyes into my decorations down here, and so this wreath hanger with the spooky eyes was just the perfect added touch. And I do have these shelves at the landing at the bottom of the stairs, and so I added this really cute spooky branch candelabra that I think goes really well with the one that I have upstairs, and then just this cute little ominous owl. And then just a quick overview of this room. We have our couches and TV, and then over in the corner are the shelves that I really like to style for holidays. So we've got our couches, and then another little area that I like to style on the other side of the room. And then I do have my etched core warmer over in this corner with a green light bulb. So like I said, I did have the poison apple decorations last year and loved it so much that I decided to go ahead and run with it again this year. I really love the unexpected kind of green and red colors for Halloween, especially where my upstairs is very traditional orange and black. I really like having something a little bit different down here, and I just love this poison apple theme. So up top, I had these really cool kind of wooden candles last year. And then this year I decided that I really needed to incorporate a mirror into my decorations, just because the magic mirror does play a very important role for the evil queen. And it's kind of hard to tell that this is a mirror just because it's so high up, but it does kind of reflect this creepy spider on the ceiling. So I really liked that effect. And I thought this was so cute. I found it at home this year. And then next to the mirror, I just added this spooky little tree holding a skeleton. I thought that was very creepy. I got these red glass pumpkins from Joann years ago, and I just really like how they incorporate that red kind of spooky Halloween vibe. I had to bring out my green poison bottles. I really like both of those together. And then down here, this is a new warmer this year. This is the Haunting Horizon warmer. So I did share this in my haul, and I showed it with several different colored bulbs. I thought that I was going to pick the green bulb just because I thought that would incorporate kind of the poison apple green, but I ended up really liking the red bulb. So it's really hard to see on camera, especially with the lights on down here, but this is coming across as a very deep, true red in person, and I love it. This is a very cool warmer. It has this kind of outer silhouette, and then it has some little Halloween characters on it as well. So Really, really cute, very spooky, and I have just really been loving all of these kind of spooky, branchy Halloween trees, so I thought that was perfect. And then some of my favorite new additions this year are these two vultures. When I saw these at Michael's, I knew that I had to pick them up. They worked perfectly with my theme. I love the colors, the red and white and black. They are just the perfect amount of spooky and cute, and they also fit in with the Snow White story perfectly. So the vultures do come circling when the evil queen meets her demise at the end of the story. So I thought those were so perfect, and I love having them here with all of the spooky trees. And then of course, down here, we have to have the poison apple itself. So this is one of my favorite licensed warmers of all time since he brought it out a few years ago. And they actually came out with a mini version this year. And you know that I had to pick that up as well. So I love this warmer. It is perfect. And I have it sitting on a cord concealing stand just to give it a little added height. I have another of the red and kind of black ombre glass pumpkins from Joanne. And then I just have a creepy poison green candle there. And then on the next shelf down, I have the Ominous Gaze warmer. So this was a new warmer last year and I loved it. I thought that it could go in so many different Halloween themes. I really liked it for this theme particularly, just because it reminds me of all of the spooky eyes that Snow White sees when she's running through the forest. And that's why I have these guys here. They kind of reminded me of those spooky trees that she encounters. And then I got this cool poison bottle. And then down on this last shelf, I do have a few other kind of creepy things. So these spooky spine candle holders, another red glass pumpkin, and then I think these green laboratory books are really cute. Just thought these might be something that the evil queen would have in her dungeon laboratory. And they are animated. And so that is just creepy and spooky. So I really love how everything came together this year. I love the new Haunting Horizon warmer. It looks so cool at nighttime. And I also wanted to mention the wax that I'm warming down here right now. This is Moonlight Whisper. So this was part of the Harvest collection this year, and it's really nice. So it is kind of a soft, subtle, woodsy cinnamon scent, but it's really kind of cozy and perfect for watching scary movies. And then over on the couch, in keeping with the spooky eyes theme, I found these really, really cute throw pillows at home this year and thought they would go so perfectly with the theme. They are very, very soft, and so I picked up a few pairs of those for the downstairs. I have my Vampire Lips throw blanket that I got last year, another throw pillow that I've had for a few years. And then over on the love seat, just another pair of those really cute pillows with a boo throw pillow, and then this poison green throw blanket. And then over on our coffee table, I have this table runner that I got a few years ago, and I just think it goes perfectly with the poison green theme. And then I just have a trick or treat banner with some very cute red spider lights just to add a little bit of a festive touch while we're watching scary movies. And speaking of scary movies, something fun that I've done this year is actually keep a list of all of the scary movies that we've watched during spooky season. So we've tried to watch a good mix of old movies and new to us movies, and I would love to know, what are some of your must-watch movies during Halloween season? We still haven't watched Hocus Pocus. I usually save that one for Halloween night. We're also going to Rocky Horror Picture Show on the 1st, so we still have to fit in some of our favorites, but I would love to know, what are some of your favorites? And this year I actually watched a few different versions of one of my favorite old spooky movies, the original Haunting from 1963. I decided to read the novel by Shirley Jackson, The Haunting of Hill House, and it was really, really good. So if you're looking for a spooky ghost story, I would definitely recommend The Haunting of Hill House novel or the 1963 movie. The 1999 version is just not as good, but Tyson and I really liked the Haunting of Hill House Netflix series that they put out a few years ago. So again, please let me know what are some of your favorites. And then over in this corner, I have some more spooky decorations, and you'll probably see the new poison apple mini warmer. So I had these decorations up last year. I found this sign at a consignment store and really, really liked it. I thought it went perfectly with the poison apple theme. So I just sprinkled in a few other kind of creepy things. So another glass red pumpkin, a little skull, these spooky trees, and then a little green pumpkin. And then down here, I do have the poison apple mini warmer that they offered this year. I don't have wax in it right now, but the evil queen is there. And I just thought that was really, really cute. It does cast a little pattern on the wall. This is, I believe, a 10-watt warmer. I think there was some confusion with the labeling of this warmer. If it was a 15-watt warmer, I would love to put a colored bulb in this, but for right now, I'm just going to stick with the clear. And then I wanted to keep the green and red poison apple theme going into our downstairs bathroom. So here in the bathroom, I do have the petite pumpkin mini warmer. I've had this for a few years, but it came back with the Harvest collection again this year. It's actually orange, and I just decided to see how it would look with a green bulb, and I really, really like it because when the lights are off in here, it does provide a lot of light. So I had this set up before I knew that there was going to be a poison apple mini warmer, or else I might have put that one in here. But it's not as bright as this one. So I think I like that one out there, and then I like having this one in here. And then I found this skeleton hand holding a poison apple at Home Goods this year. So I knew that would look really, really cute in my decor. And then I just put a few other spooky little things on this tray. So another of the green candles, a little metal spider. And then I found these little plastic hearts at Michael's and decided to put those in this poison bottle that I got from the Dollar Tree. I didn't want to get too gory, but I thought those could kind of represent the evil queen wanting the huntsman to bring back Snow White's heart. So without being too gory, there's just a little vial of hearts. And then I got this Candy Apple Cauldron hand soap at Bath & Body Works last year. I thought that the decorations were so cute, and I loved that there's a skeleton holding a poison apple that really matches this skeleton holding a poison apple. So I really, really loved that. Bath & Body Works did come out with an actual poison apple hand soap dispenser this year. But I just love the design of this one so much, and I can refill this, that I just decided to stick with this one. The poison apple one that they offered this year was also just very brightly kind of neon colored, and I really like the color scheme of these decorations, so I really, really like that. And the scent that I'm warming in here is also from this year's Harvest collection. This is Apple Harvest Dreams. So it's a very nice spiced apple scent. It reminds me a lot of apple spice season that's currently available, but it also reminds me a little bit of some of the kind of sharp, spicy notes that were in a few bars from the Harvest Delights trio several years ago. So it kind of reminds me of a mix of cinnamon roasted pear and apple cherry cider, if you remember those scents. But this is really nice and a good performer. I also like that the wax is green. And then over on the other side of the sink, I have this candle holder that is new to me. I actually picked this up at a thrift shop while we were in Philadelphia for my cousin's wedding earlier this year. And my mom and dad drove and they brought it home for me. So I love it. It's a Yankee brand candle holder. And then back here, I just have a really cool striped candle. I just thought that was really cool and matched the theme very well. So I have just one other place in our house decorated for Halloween, and that is down here in our guest bedroom. I have decorated this little chest with Halloween decorations in the past. I've had a Haunted Mansion theme before, but a few warmers this year inspired me to bring it back out, and one of those is this Midnight Grove purple pumpkin warmer. I love this. I actually have a purple bulb in this now, and then I've actually paired it with another ominous gaze warmer. So Scentsy had a flash sale where they brought out a few old Halloween warmers in bundles, and this is the only one that kind of interested me just because like I said, I think this warmer is very, very versatile, and I love it in my poison apple theme, but it's also perfect in a Haunted Mansion theme, and so I decided to go ahead and pick up that bundle. I do have a purple bulb in this one, and I just really, really like those warmers together. So I have just a black haunted house here. I have some of Sally's potions from Nightmare Before Christmas. In the past, I've done a Nightmare Before Christmas and Haunted Mansion mashup, but this year I just decided to stick more with Haunted Mansion. So I do have Madame Leota, and the only reason that I didn't get the Madame Leota warmer that Scentsy offered earlier was because I already had this Madame Leota and I really, really like it. So I just have her sitting on a few Haunted Mansion books. I love the color scheme. And then I got this sign from Big Lots a few years ago. I just love that it says, "Welcome, foolish mortals." And then I had to have the hitchhiking ghost there. So I really, really like how simple and cute this is. So I have the Haunted Mansion table runner here, and I just love how those eyes really, really tie back to the warmer. And then it's kind of hard to see, but I have these little spider lights as well. So I really like how that turned out. And this Madame Leota does light up and talk. You can actually put water in a little tank, and so it looks a little bit more foggy, but I haven't put water in it this year.
It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond.
And then of course I have to warm the new scent this year. This is Haunted Mansion Ring the Bell. So it's a really, really pretty purpley color. It's actually a really nice one for spooky season. It reminds me of a few other scents that we've had from Scentsy in the past. It's kind of like a mix of ghostly greetings, Halloween Town, and a little bit of blackberry spice as well. So if you like those kind of rich, deep, kind of spicy, fruity scents, I think that you should definitely give Ring the Bell a try. So those are all of the Halloween warmers and decorations that I have out this year. I would love to know what you have been loving and enjoying this spooky season. Stay tuned because I will show everything tonight with the lights off. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope that everyone has a very happy Halloween. I will see you next time.